So you've been thinking about moving to Dallas, Texas? Well, today we're going to go over the cost of living in Dallas, Texas.
Stay tuned. I'm Andy.
I'm Patrice.
And we own the Andy Daniel Realty Group, and we specialize in residential real estate out here in the great Dallas area. So we work with people from all over the planet that are moving into the hottest real estate market in the whole United States, and that's this DFW area. And we absolutely love it. So one, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the alert so you get alerted of all our videos. We like to do videos of what it's like to live, work, and play in this great area. So instead of doing the traditional blogs, we like to take our camera out and about and just kind of experience and try to bring that experience to you as best we can. So with that said, let's jump on into the cost of living. Now, we just wanted to give you a kind of an overview. I've seen some of these cost of living videos and it kind of puts you to sleep when people just run off some numbers, right? Mm-hmm. But so we're just going to talk about our experience and what we find, and then we'll kind of go from there. So the first thing, let's talk about maybe the housing, right? Mm-hmm. So housing, considerably cheaper than most places that we have looked at. We've kind of looked at the Orange County, Miami area, Chicago, New York. Mm-hmm. Those are kind of the primary places that we looked at to kind of compare. And just to give you an idea, on housing, from Orange County, California to here, you are saving about 53%. The median price in Dallas, Texas is what, babe?
Like $213,000.
$213,000. Mm-hmm. Now, if you want to live in kind of the bigger houses in the suburbs and area, you're probably going to be typically between that $300 and $500 mark. Mm-hmm. That's going to get you a kick-ass kind of house here. Mm-hmm. That other places would be in the millions. So, but that $213,000, that's kind of the average. So, so from comparing it to Orange County, you're running at about 53% less. So, how about Miami? Do you know the difference in prices there, or?
It's about 16%.
16% less here in Dallas than it is in Miami. Then what is it in New York?
It's about 45% less.
45% less. Mm-hmm. The median price, right? Mm-hmm. But that median price is probably a closet, right? In Manhattan.
Could be.
Right? Compared to, a 2,000 square foot house in Dallas. So, and then in Chicago, it runs like 22% was kind of what the numbers were. Yeah. So you can see housing, I mean, you're just not going to beat the value that you're going to get out here in that Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Mm-hmm. But they're nice houses too.
Absolutely. So cost of living, So cost of living is not just about housing, right?
Right.
So what else does it cover?
Well, groceries.
Okay, let's talk groceries.
Okay.
What do we typically spend on groceries a week? We have a family of 5.
Gosh, a couple hundred.
A couple hundred a week? Mm-hmm. Yeah, now we got 3 growing kids, right? So we spend about a couple hundred, but overall, the groceries are anywhere between 13 and 10% less than the other cities that we've compared. Mm-hmm. I know that we were looking we were doing a cost analysis on eggs. We thought we were going to get real deep on these videos, and then realized that's boring. But we did the eggs here were like $1.49 for a dozen, compared to same grocery store out in California was like $3. Yeah, so it was literally half. Mm-hmm. So if you're a big consumer of eggs, then moving out here is going to save you a bundle. All right. So, but typically speaking, groceries are less. So, how about utilities?
Utilities are generally less. But it gets pretty hot in here in the summer, so you're going to see a little higher electric bills in the summer months.
Yeah, I would say that if you do it on a per kilowatt we're cheaper than pretty much everywhere.
That's
The
true.
problem that we're going to find with utilities, and if you just go off the calculators, we're going to be like 4 to 7% on average, depending on where you are in the country, cheaper. However, the houses are bigger, and the summers are hotter. So
Right.
we generally, yes, you have a savings there on a per kilowatt, but your utilities may go up slightly, I would say, just in those summer months where it gets a little heated.
However, in the newer homes
Oh.
that are, green certified,
Yeah.
then they're really not too bad.
Yeah, so what Patrice is talking about, there was a big push, and it continues to push on the green building, environmentally making those utilities really cheaper.
Tankless water heaters. that kind of
Tankless
thing,
water heaters,
yeah.
all that radiant barriers, insulation, the insulation that they're using now,
The windows
the
that
windows,
they use,
doors,
yeah.
everything that they've done. There's been a real push towards that. And just to give you an idea, we live in a 4,500 square foot house, and our typical utility bill in August, September, or during the hottest time of the year can be anywhere between $350 and $500, depending on where we put that temperature at,
Yeah.
right? So it could get pretty hot. We've had clients that just moved in a year and a half ago on a new build, and they had a similar size house, 4,500 square foot house, and their utility bills in August, September, July were less than $200.
That's right.
I mean, that's absolutely crazy. And they keep their AC at like 74.
Oh, yeah.
It was nuts. But anyway, so that's utilities. I would call that a wash, probably typically from where you're going to be. How about transportation?
Gas prices.
Gas prices, car insurance,
Oh, yeah.
registration, all that good stuff.
Gas prices seem to be quite a bit cheaper.
Yeah, I don't
here.
think you're going to find a state in the union that's going to have cheaper gas than Texas. I know that we just drove by. It didn't fill up, but we just drove by and noticed that regular was at like $2.17. So if you're other parts of the United States, that could seem pretty low. I know overall, if you look at those calculators, we're running in transportation and that sort of thing, anywhere from 7 to 22% cheaper here
Right.
than you would
In some of the other
in
states.
some of the
yeah.
other states. So give people an idea what the registration process is when you're buying a car, and what does that look like?
Well, here when you register once a year, and you have to you go in and get a state inspection. You get them everywhere. It's really easy to get, and they're about $25. And then you go online and you get your sticker, and that's only like $67. So it's about $100 to register your car, no matter if it's old car, new car, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whether it's a Pinto or a Bentley, it's going to be the same
It's
price.
going to be about $100. Yeah.
Just under. So that's nice. So not only do you have cheaper gas prices, you've got registration and that sort of thing is much cheaper. The other thing is car insurance in general is cheaper out here.
Right.
So that's nice. One thing that we haven't talked about, in many of the states around here, I think there's only 13 that don't have state income tax, but Texas doesn't have the state
Right.
income taxes, which those vary anywhere in the United States from 4% to 10%. So there's a savings right off the get-go with if you're coming from a state with state income tax, automatically you get a raise. Right?
Yeah.
So that's nice. But our property taxes are a little bit higher.
Correct. Yeah.
Right? So our property taxes run anywhere between 2 and 3%, depending on which area of the Dallas-Fort Worth that you're living in and you want to reside in. However, since the housing prices are so much cheaper,
Yeah.
it ends up usually being a wash compared to a 1% in a more expensive state. And what I know that, and I don't mean to catch you off guard here, but you always talk about, when we talk about property taxes with our clients and stuff, how much you love seeing the progress. right? Because you could see the
schools
being built and that sort of thing. So why don't you
they
expand
are
on that
always
a little bit?
building new schools. They don't want to let the schools get too big, so they'll just build a new one. And it's nice because we get to see, brand new schools being built. We get to see all kinds of things that we're putting into our property taxes, and we get to see where it's going. You actually see.
Yeah, there's lots of development going on, but you get to really see your tax dollars at work. Their the infrastructure that they are doing on the roads, like Patricia, the buildings, the schools. You get to see your money at work. Whereas I know in our previous state that we lived in, it just seemed like
saw where it went.
I have no idea. Never saw it. Was still sitting. Our kids were still sitting in the same desk that we used and sat in.
That's true. Yeah.
20 years prior. So anyway.
Another thing though that seems to me that our HOA dues seem to be a lot cheaper than the areas we've been in before.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy sometimes when we watch like HGTV, House Hunters or whatever. They'll talk about the HOA and they'll be like, oh yeah, it's like $600 a month.
I know. We pay less than that a year.
Yeah. We pay, I mean, that's crazy. So, I mean, even in some of the real new developments with the lagoons and stuff like that, you're talking about $1,200 a year. That's a year. That is not a month like you see in some of these places. And the amenities that you get is absolutely incredible.
You get your money's worth for sure.
Okay, good. So what's the last thing? Maybe healthcare? Have you noticed any big difference in healthcare? I mean, healthcare prices are rising no matter where you are in the United States. But if you look on those like NerdWallet or CNN Money, etc., we typically are anywhere between 12 and 25% less than the. I can't even imagine.
No, I can't.
I mean, it just seems like we pay. I mean, it's almost like a mortgage.
Yeah, I agree.
But what are we going to do?
And it depends on the company you work for. The bigger companies, you're going to pay less. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. So it just depends. Obviously, we're self-employed, so our health insurance may be a little bit more, but it's still affordable. It's still doable.
Oh, right.
But yeah, that's something that is out of control, it seems. But that's a different video.
That is a different video.
All right. But hopefully that's kind of gives you a rundown of just the basics. If you want us to dive deep into your specific area, make sure you write a comment below or get in contact with us. Send us an email, give us a call, text, however it is that you prefer to contact us. We absolutely love showing people around. I know when we relocated out here, we wish we got the kind of the tour that we give our out of state or out of town home buyers, because we really love working with people and showing them exactly what it's like to live, work, and play. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the alerts. And until the next video, I'm Andy.
And I'm Patrice.
We'll see you next time. And don't forget to reach out to us. Doesn't matter whatever form of communication you like to do, whether it's call, text, email, just get a hold of us. We absolutely love what we do. We love working with people from all over this planet on discovering what it's like to live, work, and play in this DFW area. So make sure to get a hold of us, subscribe, hit that subscribe button, hit the like if you're watching us on Facebook or Instagram, and we look forward to talking to you soon.